Well, and that's the last thing we want is for a family to fragment. Now, my team contacted AirSafe. This is a world-accredited company and Australia's trusted experts in air quality, hygiene, health, and safety to perform various tests at Marie and Gordon's house. Take a look.
G'day, Dr. Phil. I'm Joshua Martin. I work for a company called AirSafe. We are environmental scientists that do hazardous materials consulting and testing. I'm heading out to meet Marie. She believes her neighbours are trying to poison her or they're making some toxic chemicals for pesticide purposes, and I'm going to do some investigation. So Marie's actually called me on the way up and she said to meet her down at the general store, not to come to her house, because she's convinced her neighbours have set up video cameras to watch her, spy on her. She even thinks they've bugged her as well. I'm not really sure what's going to go on here, what's going down, but it seems like some pretty serious stuff. So we're going around the back. I've had to swap my AirSafe clothes for a normal hat, high vis, and a normal t-shirt just to pretend I'm a builder. We tested for volatile organic compounds, for asbestos, lead, and then we tested for hexavalent and chromium in the air. There is a pretty funky smell coming off here, so I might do some microbiological air sampling in the middle of the house. I also did some general dust monitoring. So we just had a day's worth of monitoring in Marie's house. She thinks the neighbours might have done some things last night. We've got some gas detectors up here. We've got some mould sampling. The chemical analysis that we're doing is some of the most thorough and some of the most detailed. You name it, we did it pretty much.
Okay, Josh, what did you find?
So out of the 280 chemical tests we did, there was no significant, no traceable results for anything that we could find, except for one thing, which was some airborne mold and some surface mold, which we found in the ceiling space. And the surface mold was in between her bedroom and the bathroom. And that surface mold is known to have toxigenic and allergenic effects. And it is also known to release VOCs in high concentrations.
It's very dangerous, and I am now so glad that you have slept in these tents outside because it got you away from this very toxic mold that's in your house, because that can have a very profound impact on your overall health and well-being. I had two big questions going into this, and one was, are you being contaminated? And the answer is yes. You are being contaminated from inside your own home.
There's one thing that hasn't been investigated, and that's the smoke that comes out has been coming out of the chimney over the winter. I'm pretty sure they would have found some nasty things in that.
I have brought every expert in Australia and some as far away as Cleveland, Ohio, to narrow down a clear and present cause that can be tied to every symptom you have described. I found it, I located it, I identified it, and presented it to you, and now you want to tell me that you're concerned that a neighbor has smoke coming out of their chimney? I thought that's what chimneys were for. I mean, seriously, Gordon, come on.
I still believe at some stage we're going to get it's going to happen again. I just believe that.
Okay, how about you, Marie?
There is a neighbour dispute, and that's not going to go away just because we've come on Dr. Phil. You know, it's there. There's things that are happening around our house that, unless you live there, you can't say.
Okay,
So,
Marie, my question for you is, I've provided you with a scientifically based alternative explanation to explain the symptoms that you attributed to a chemical attack from your neighbors. Do you accept that or do you not? That's a yes or no question.
yes. I accept the chemical side of it, yes.
Okay, Amy and Emily, any final comment?
I'm really happy that we've actually got an answer now to what is happening.
Yeah.
So now my daughter and I can go home.
I think if you'll give this a little bit of time, this can change when the mold changes here even more. Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.